Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's MF and me. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things celebrity, Big Brother. Happy Monday. Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Hopefully you feel loved and taken care of either by yourself or someone else or a pet or Julie Chen tonight and her fantastic shoes, you know. It's a sad Valentine's Day, but it's a Valentine's Day because we had a very interesting episode of Celebrity Big Brother. But first, make sure you smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 6,669 likes. Can we do it? We can. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is liking the video. You can also join us on our membership here and become a member of the Leen Team on YouTube or Patreon, patreon.com/Joleen Lunzer for exclusive content, or send a super chat or hit me up, Venmo, Cash App. Follow me on the social medias. I'm well over 800 on the TikTok. So come on down. Our goal is to hit 1,000, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Smash the like. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to have some fun tonight. It was a really messed up episode, but we are going to roast. We are going to be silly. We are going to have fun. Okay. Because no matter who you're voting for, you're not wrong. But if you think Cynthia or Carson know what they're doing, you might be wrong because they have no idea what's going on. We are still waiting. The feeds have not told us, who the new HOH is. So we're still waiting on that. So we'll break down the episode. There might be spoilers. There might be spoilers, okay? But we're going to talk all about Celebrity Big Brother. And please let me know all of your thoughts, hopes, opinions, and dreams in the comments. I appreciate you. All right, so let's start our screen share. We do have a couple of screenshots we'll be providing commentary on and just doing what we do here. All right. So Celebrity Big Brother happened tonight, if you didn't know. And it's bananas how we went from Friday where Todrick, not Todrick. I'm sorry. I got Todrick on the mind because I want to poke him in the eye. Thank you, Taylor, for the first super chat of the night. I haven't seen the episode yet, but I'm not happy from the things I've heard so far. Love you, Joleen. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. Sweet cutie patootie. Taylor, you are a sweetie. What the CD? Thank you so much. Okay. Carson won. Do you guys remember? Okay, let's go back to like the good old days. Friday, Carson wins HOH. And we're just like, holy shit, this is amazing. This is so cool. It's like the other side of the house has won something since, Misha and Todrick have been like, in control for so long. So now it's Carson. They've been gunning for Carson. Carson won a wall comp. He's 50-some years old, and everyone acts like 50-year-olds can't do anything, but he did the damn thing. And then he made a deal with Todrick, and we're like, you didn't really have to make that deal. Todrick was slipping already. He was slipping, and he is a professional dancer and performer. That is what's happening, Toddy. What's happening, Toddy? Okay, so Carson wins, and we're like, he's going to put up Misha, and he's going to put up Todrick. This is so exciting, okay? And then he says, well, I made a deal with Todrick, so I'm just going to probably put up Misha and Todd Bridges. And we're like, okay, we'll take it. It's Misha. She's been gunning for you, bro. She has been gunning for you. And then we have a situation where Todrick decides, you know what I'm going to do? Well, first of all, Todrick gets invited basically into this nest, into the pink chocolate delicious room. And, not only did Carson save him and didn't put him on the block, save him from going on the block. He was like, come in. We'd love to work with you. We would just love to work with you, hon. Okay. And then Cynthia's like, yeah, and you can tell everybody about your game. You can tell Misha and Bisha, and, you can send out faxes about it, and you can just, make sure everybody knows, because we love to be honest. We are so honest. Did I mention how I'm only playing an honest game? Okay. I am cooking honest meals. I'm using Jennifer Alba's Honest brand. I am so honest. I'm beyond honest. I'm a former Real Housewife of Atlanta. Of course, I'm honest. The housewives are known for being honest. The housewives of every city. It's not like housewives go to jail or anything. We are so honest. Integrity is at the forefront of Bravo and the Real Housewives, no matter where we are. So we're honest, right? And then Shane is like, well, I mean, we're like, he's been playing with the other side of the house, and they've been gunning for you. Let's just rewind, guys. So let's make him feel a little scared. Don't be like, hey, if it doesn't work out with MMA, Street Fighter, come over here. You know, if you and Street Fighter break up or whatever. And then if you aren't comfy with us, go back to Street Fighter. You know, just go back to Street Fighter. Have some fun. You know, wear one of our little chopped up tops, her Hulk Hogan tops. Go ahead. She loves it. WWE, Hulk Hogan. You know, all Shayna's clothes, or I'm sorry, all Misha's clothes look like the Hulk got to him. You know, remember he used to be like, but that's just how she bought it because she loves a cold shoulder. She does. And she loves just the cutouts. A cutout, she loves it. Okay. She is wrestling at all times. Okay. So, you know, then he comes back in the room, and I know this is yesterday's episode, but how did we get here? That's what we have to say. You know, how did we get here? He comes back and he's like, I just want to be able to tell Misha. They're like, God, of course. But Shayna's like, but no, that if you win the power of veto to play with us, you know, you can't use it. Okay. And he's like, oh, okay. Then he goes back up to Misha and, you know, old Street Fighter. And she's like, what's up, bro? You're the best around. Nothing's going to ever keep you down. You know, she's just like lifting medicine balls and kissing them and stuff. And then Todrick's like, listen, bitch, like, bitch, like, bitch, bitch, like, bitch, bitch, like, bitch, like, how dare Shayna exist? Like, bitch, how dare Shayna even breathe? Like, bitch, how dare Shayna become Miss USA? Like, bitch, how dare she even, like, bitch, like, what has she done? And what did she do? And what did I do? And who is she? And I've had her back, even though I haven't won anything and I haven't had her back, but I have had her back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you want to come over to my 10,000 square foot house? Like, Wizard of Oz, like some more. Here's a flannel that I threw bleach on, like fashion. Okay, let's do this. Like, I will give you a pair of my Uggs. I love you, Street Fighter, until the end. Let's have babies together. Oh, you're already married and have babies? Think about it. Todrick out. And then he leaves and he's like, I'm leaving. He tick-tocked out of the room. Okay, he was like, I'm ticky-tocking out of the room. Okay. And then he decides, you know what would be a good plan? Thank you, Realification. I just got here. Didn't you have a mermaid show tonight? I did. Way too tired. And I hit up my co-producer, Valerie, and I said, I can't do it. I can't do the 5-hour drive or 4 hour, 2 hours there, 2 hour back. I can't. I need to relax. Had to do stuff for work. But thank you for checking on me. Totally good and awesome. I'll be there in March. And then some announcements will be going out tomorrow. And I'll be somewhere else in Hollywood in April. It'll be a fun time. Okay. So back to the show. Okay. So then, you know, Todrick's like, Cynthia, listen, okay, I just want you to know, full disclosure, Shayna's a monster. She's a monster, okay? What is she, an actress? Well, she can't even read these lines. She can't even read these lines when we're doing our ceremonies, and she's a liar, and she's a super liar. Yeah, and possibly a whore. Do you see her walking around like this, just like shaking that thing for all the dudes? Now, you guys, I'm paraphrasing, but this is the general gist of Todrick, you know, Toddy. It's just like, hey, yeah, like her boobs are out. Not her boobs. I mean, she's like, you know what she's doing. And then Misha comes in, and then they basically double team. They tag team, Brett the Hitman Hart and his little friend from back in the day, the Hart Foundation. They tag in together, and they just put the full mind press on Cynthia Bailey, which is just a little boop. You know, you would think it would be like intense, but it's just a boop. So Cynthia, who now just saw Chris Kirkpatrick leave, he threw his whole game out. He was like, bye. I'm going to go. I'm gone. You're gone. You're gone. And then he just, see you later. I'm going to go call Joey Fatone. And so you guys can stay and work together and take over, you know, the house and take over the power and work together. And Cynthia just took your friend off. And Todrick said, Julie, she's been playing outside, Shayna. Cynthia's like, oh, no, not all sides. You mean she's been playing the game? You mean that thing she told me she was doing when she was going to get information from you guys and bringing it back to me? And then when she could prove her loyalty, when she won the power of veto for the second time, and then she took my friend off the block, and then her friend knew that he was probably going to go up, and he did, and we voted him out. He sacrificed himself so that me and my friend could stay in the game. Oh, God, she's horrible. What a horrible person. Oh, God, let's talk shit about her all week and ice her out. And so that's kind of what happened. I mean, occasionally they invited her out for wine. And we're like, it's not a big deal. But then Shayna is literally trying to talk sense into them. So we see it in this episode. We see Shayna talking to Cynthia, and it is like, Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey, I need you to do better. Okay. This was fun for a couple weeks. And now this is a nightmare. This is a Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the upside down. We are watching Stranger Things, and the Demogorgon is leading the way. Her name is Misha and Todrick, and they're just taking over everything and sucking the souls out of everybody. Okay. So Cynthia is just like, well, Shayna, isn't it weird that you've never been put on the block? She goes, well, no, because those two people you're now starting to align with, that you believe them, that I somehow, who have proven my loyalty to you and Carson, that I am somehow less trustworthy than the people who are gunning for you and have put you up on the block. And Cynthia's like, exactly, you are. Because you were setting yourself up good. Not in Big Brother, setting yourself up, you guys. Setting yourself up. How dare she? While also protecting you and your friend so he can keep baking and you can keep walking around the house yelling at Todd Bridges. What? What's going on? Okay, so Cynthia, they even did a little bit of sound effects. Like Big Brother was doing Cynthia a little dirty with that. Because, well, I mean, I guess not that dirty because it was kind of like doy. It's like she should have had a doy every time. I mean, Cynthia needs to be led. She needs a leader. And that's okay. There are people that lead and people that need to be led. Cynthia is someone that needs to be led. The Kenya, she leads her. Nene led her. She's never been good at being the leader. And she's very in her feelings and emotional. And she's a strong lady. But just like Nene said, she's gone with the wind, clueless. You know, Kenya's gone with the wind, fabulous. Cynthia's gone with the wind, clueless. She just is like, I just want to have some fun. Okay, let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on Carson's disco stick, which isn't a sexual reference. He really brought a disco stick into the house, and it'll be fun if we hang out. So then Shayna's like, Cynthia, think about it. Use your head, please, baby girl. Okay, turn on 50 Cent and let me talk to you here. I told you everything when I went back and forth to them. I told you that I brought that information back for us so we could succeed. Early on, yeah, sure. We were talking about kind of, possibly working together. Everybody was. We were figuring out where we were. But I would argue that the first person to really leave the formation and F everyone over was Todrick when he just had a full-on campaign against Teddy Mellencamp. And Cynthia, you love Teddy Mellencamp. So that means Todrick, who you love so much, went after 2 of your friends. And me, Shayna, has went after 0. And even when I didn't vote for her to stay, I still told you. Thank you, Big Brother Benny. Everyone go sub to Big Brother Benny. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, Cynthia's gorgeous, but my God, Cynthia, you were doing so well. And then Todrick, and I think it's because Todrick brought a lot of personal stuff into it. Cynthia's like, yeah, she is. Yeah, that's true. And Cynthia's like, she's not going to play me. No, she's not, but Todrick and Misha are. Okay. So we have this conversation with Shayna and with Cynthia, and Cynthia's like, but looks like you've never been on the block, and I have once, and Carson has twice. She's like, yeah, but I took Carson off, and I haven't been on the block because your friend Misha, your new best friend, was putting you guys up and gunning for your friend Carson. And now when they need help, of course, they're going to go to you. They're going to try to, and the thing is, what they're doing would never work in a regular season of Big Brother. If Cynthia had watched 30 minutes of an episode, not just fast forwarding to Candy Burris's parts, but I'm talking 30 minutes solid of an episode, Todrick's method wouldn't have worked. Maybe an hour because she's a flip-flopper, like Nene said. But it is so, we were standing them so hard. Of course, we were like, oh my God, they're the underdogs. And then the underdogs teamed up with the devils. It's cuckoo bananas. Like, read the room, Cynthia. Somebody went like this, took off their power of veto, which I now have a power of veto, so I can show you guys. We can role play as I shove myself back up to the screen here. I'm stuck on my rug. And my light's going crazy, okay? So she had this, and she took this, and she said, here you go, Cynthia's best friend, Carson, who's letting her be on the Wendy Williams show when he co-hosts in March. But thank God Sherry Shepherd is the full-time host starting in September. Okay? You're safe. And Cynthia's like, not good enough. I don't think but I protected you. You didn't have any power to protect anyone. You've always been on the run in this game. You've always been on the defense. You haven't ever won anything, done anything, Cynthia. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Cynthia? It's not what you talking about, Willis. What are you talking about, Cynthia? What are you talking about? So now, if you've been watching the feeds, it has just been the worst display. Carson decided, I can't talk to Shayna alone anymore. No, I'm gonna need my babysitter. I'm sorry, Shayna, I can't do. Misha, I'm gonna need Misha and Todrick and Cynthia here. And Cynthia's like, I've been here. I've been sitting here with this wine. I'm not getting up. Nope. I've been here. She's so disloyal. And so Shayna's like, I really can't talk to you by myself. And someone asked on Twitter, they're like, why does Carson not allow Shayna to talk to him without, Todrick and Street Fighter present? And it's because Carson needs to constantly be reminded why he turned on Shayna, because he doesn't really get it. He goes, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Even when Cynthia was telling him, she's like, right? I mean, she was going to play with them. She was playing with them so she could play a better game with you. So she could go, guess what I found out, guys? Just like Shayna said tonight when she left, she's like, because people who want to go, Shayna should have had some kind of better goodbye message. All weekend has been her goodbye message. She has been begging these people to just like, hello, are we all taking peyote? What is happening here? Is this like a mushroom party and everyone got mushrooms except for me? Are you guys seeing little Lucky Charm people? And I didn't get the invitation for the hallucinogenics because I don't understand what is going on here. She literally has been trying to get these people to see. So by that point, she's like, screw it. It's Valentine's Day. I'm going to go home to my boyfriend who I don't know yet that he broke up with her, allegedly. I've checked again. He's still not following her on Instagram, and he took down all his pictures of her. If that's the thing, Shayna for the Bachelorette. Okay. So Carson has to have Misha, Street Fighter, and Todrick in the room with him because Shayna is spitting facts. Like when it's just them two, she's like, Carson, I took you off the block. Carson, I wanted to work with you. Carson, Chris risked his game. I risked my game. We wanted to flip the house and flip the power. What are you talking about? Yeah, well, I don't know. I just think, well, it's just, I was line, and then Street Fighter's like, she was playing with us too. She was playing all sides. Well, you were playing all sides, but for the betterment of us. And I told you guys that. Well, she told us that, Street Fighter. Okay, wait, what was that, Todrick? Okay. But you're also a B. Todrick said you're a B, and you can't be trusted in this life and the outside. Yeah. And what was that? And that men give you everything. We work hard and you don't. And what else? What else was that? Okay. And that Miss America, Miss USA doesn't make anything. They don't get anywhere. You can't act. What else was that going on? Oh, okay. All right. You're like a gold digger and you got too much tit out. Anything else, Todrick? He's got more, but I can't right now. I'll write it down on a letter, Todrick. Put it in your diary. So Carson is just, he needs to be reminded. And he goes, oh, yeah. Okay, but wouldn't you think logically, if you were just a logical person in this house, and I know the house is crazy and these people don't know a lot about the games, wouldn't you just think, who has more incentive to lie? The people that are at risk of leaving or the person who just proved their loyalty to you? Who would have more incentive to make up something? And then you see through this episode, even Carson's like, well, I just don't think that. I mean, they can't be lying, right? Cynthia's like, no, you don't lie in Big Brother. Are you crazy? Oh my God. You don't lie in Big Brother. Everyone's straightforward. God, I just came here for a nice time. Okay, I didn't come here. I'm not going to campaign. I'm going to strategize. God. They called Kenya. She said no. They called Nene. She said no. They called Phaedra. She was doing Ultimate Girls Trick. And I'm here. Okay? Can somebody text Mike Hill? I love you, Mike Hill. Is Mike Hill answering the tweets? Mike? So they were like, there's no way these two people who've been coming for us. And now that we're in power, they don't want us to put them on the block. So they could be somehow conspiring against us and lying. No. Okay. So then Carson has a moment. He's like, I'm gonna go see if we have butter. I want to bake, So he's looking. He's like, I like the Irish one, whatever that one is. Oh, so cute. And then here comes old Cupcake Street Fighter, and she's like, what's up? And Carson's like, oh, good. I was hoping to find you. Okay, so what if now I know I'm the HOH and I'm in total power and I should have the say to I should be running stuff, right? I should be telling you what I want, but I'm going to ask you, you still have power. If, let's just say I backdoor Shayna, that you would maybe possibly kind of eensy beensy teeny, maybe tiny, just crawl up in a ball, keep me maybe safe. And Cynthia, and she was like, sure. Yeah. Sorry, I can't. I always have to be punching something. It's the Street Fighter in me. What? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I could probably do that. Probably? Oh my God, cool. All right. Well, have a good day. We'll see you later when we're doing our talking shit on Shayna session later. It's just you scare me. Okay. All right, bye. And then he's like, Cynthia. And she's like, what? Are we doing more? Are we doing more non-gaming? Is this, what are we talking about? And then he goes, I just made a deal or no deal. Remember that show, Cynthia? That was so fun. Okay, I made a deal. And I went in there and I was like, listen, Misha, well, we'll maybe keep you safe this week, okay? But you have to kind of maybe possibly half pinky swear that you'll keep us safe for 1 week. That means we're in Final Four. Actually, no, that doesn't mean you're in Final Four, because if she wins HOH once or Todrick wins HOH. And then they were talking about this on the feeds, Cynthia and Carson. They were like, but what if she throws the HOH so that Todrick wins and then he puts us up? We better call him back in the room. And they're like, excuse me, house meeting. I mean, no, not house meeting, but everyone can know that we're gaming without you. Misha, I'd like to see you in the HOH room. This is Carson, really, on the feeds, being like, I'd like to see you. And you know what, Todrick, you come too. You come too, hon. You come too. And they came upstairs and they're like, so we just want to check and make sure that we're still good. So maybe you guys could possibly consider, if you win HOH next week and we backdoor Shayna this week, you would maybe keep us safe. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, we get it. You might not be comfortable. Okay. And freaking they're like, is this easy? At this point, I'm like, Misha, win and just turn your back on them and take them out so that maybe they'll realize. I don't even think they would then. They'd just be like, well, that's just how the game's played, I guess. That's okay. It's okay. I just can't wait to go to Trader Joe's and see what kind of beef sticks they got. When I left, they said they were coming out with venison. Nummy. And yeah. So then Todrick and Misha are like, holy shit. They're, just like, is it this easy? Shayna or Street Fighter Misha even said in this episode, I didn't think I had a chance. You shouldn't have a chance. You've won every HOH. You've been gunning for the current head household. You should be the first person out. But Cynthia's like, I don't even want to win. I just want to, be like, hey, Mike Hill, Mike Jones, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, what's up? She's just naming all the Michaels. She wants to just say hi to every Michael she knows. Michael Bolton, Michael Strike. I don't know, the little guy from REM. Is he still? Okay. Yeah, him too. She just wants to, hi, Ashley. Hi, Noelle. Hi, Renee. Hi, Susan. Suddenly, Susan. Everybody, hi. And then Carson's like, can I give this all to charity right now? I don't need it, which is a very nice, noble thing, but still. Okay, yeah. Monica. Hi, Michael Myers. Hi. Or whatever that music is, okay? All right. So this episode, we also got let me see what else I have in my screenshots. We got the longest vote ever. Of course, it's Lamar, another classic Lamar moment. He ate his entire nail, and he was like, and Julie's like, hello, can you hear me? He goes, yeah, I can hear you. Do you think that's Is that stucco? That's not stucco. They went to stucco inside. It's a double panel. It's nice work. I had some guys work on my house. They didn't do that good of a job. Huh. You think Chloe's watching? No? I hope she is, because this is our thing. It's our sign when I rip my nail off and spit it on the floor. That's was always our thing, you know? I'd be like, "Pfft," and she'd be like, oh, baby. Oh, baby. So he sat there and just ate his whole nail. He ingested it. You know, I guess it's fiber, you know. And then he, just stared off like, I wonder what Kris Jenner's doing, if she is plotting something good for me or something bad. I wonder if I can talk to Kanye after this. I wonder how far off the deep end Kanye has gone. I'm curious about that. I guess I could always hit up Scott Disick. He usually takes my calls. And okay, you know what? I'm gonna kiss the mic. So then he completely looks up to the sky when Julie's like, this is a live show. And he was like, I know. I didn't, but thanks for telling me. And then he's like, little for you, little for you. This is for Chloe. This is for Tristan. This is for one of Chloe's twin friends. And the other twin is for, Kim, Courtney, even Rob, Black China, Kanye, Travis Barker, all the kids, can't remember their names. Okay, for Kim Kardashian's undecorated house. Simplistic. I wonder if they should go simplistic in here. That might look nice. Just like all white, all uncomfortable, something like that. So he was just thinking about everything. He's like, Julie, do you think this brand I've been wearing on here, LamarOdom.com, is going to sell real big? Do you think they'll sell it at I think it's a Nordstrom or like a Hot Topic or a Foot Locker? Is there a Foot Locker anymore? I used to love a Foot Locker. And he's just, it was, then finally he voted. He goes, this is hard. And it's like, yeah, it's hard. Shouldn't be that hard, but it's hard. It's two people that you've had days to think about. And Lamar is just like, Misha. And that Lamar, not that it mattered because the house was already fully swayed, and thinks somehow Shayna is just this awful person. How dare she think of herself and others in this game and use a power she got to help someone else? Carson and Cynthia were going around going, we didn't ask for it. We didn't ask for Chris to put himself up, and we didn't ask for Shayna to use the POV. Huh. Wow, that's really grateful. That's really I know that's a dirty word in Big Brother since BB21, but legit, it is very ungrateful. Okay. So then Lamar's like, all right. And then he just takes his time. He gets up. Julie's like, okay, Lamar. And he's like, I guess I'm going to vote out Shayna. And he just looks at her. And then she's like, all right, thanks, Lamar. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Did you guys play the Chloe part? I just said it. I'm going to talk about it again. All right. I guess I'm just going to get up now. Oh, God. Oh, do you guys have any Ben Gay? My back hurts. Is that the stuff you put on there? Because Todd has been gay. You know what I mean? We've been calling each other gay all season. So anyways, peace to the Kardashians, all of Calabasas. Oh, I forgot about the two little ones. Caitlyn's kids, one of them. Oh, it's the one with Travis Scott. Oh, Wolfie's mom, Kylie, Kay. Oh, and the skinny one, Kendall. All right, cool. And then he walks out very slowly around the corner, and someone else is walking in. He's like, like he just not a care in the world. Then another hilarious. So there were funny parts to this shit show of an episode. This was just a shit show. So when Todrick decided to use the power veto. So Todrick wins the power veto. I don't know if you guys saw that or if you couldn't see through your big salty tears that were running down your face when we saw that Shayna wasn't even picked for the veto. The whole premise of us watching Shayna have to suffer in this house of dummy pops, Dum Dums was, at least she's a veto queen. She's a Janelle veto queen. She's won 2 POVs. So we want to see her have to rise up. I mean, they gave Frankie Grande a veto when people walked out. They let him play or whatever the hell he did back then. I can't remember that far back. It's still a lot of PTSD from BB16. But they couldn't have just thrown her a bone and said, we're down to the last 7 or so. So let's just, everybody plays. Everybody plays. The one person not picked to play is the one person that needs it most of all. The one person that they've been talking about on the feeds, they're going to backdoor. Because somehow Todrick has made these people believe that the woman who sleeps next to them, shares all the secrets in the house with them, Kiki's with them. When Cynthia wants to talk crap about Misha, oh yeah, her and Shayna love talking a little bit of crap. And by crap, it's like she doesn't pick up her dishes, or she's not that nice. She made a hamburger and didn't share it. She's just kind of mean. But now Cynthia's like, I've always loved you. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Cynthia was on the feeds when Todrick was outing Shayna with the Shayna exposed party. Cynthia, who has been laying in her bed going, this Cynthia was talking about Street Fighter. She was talking about Misha when we had this moment.
I don't even give a fuck. Okay. They can hear me. Okay. That's where we at right now.
You can go back and watch it. And it was a whole little rant she was having. They were in the bedroom. They always, were just like, oh my God, what's Shayna's deal? Holy crap. But then all of a sudden she's in the bathroom and they're like, Shayna's playing all the sides. She kind of tried to play with us too. And Cynthia's like, you can do that? What? Oh my God, you should check the rule book. That might not be part of the rule. Oh my God, that's crazy. Misha, I have always loved you. And I have always loved you. Ooh. Like she started like, and Shayna, oh my God, she's like, Misha this and Misha that. And I was like, Misha's been lovely to me. That is not what you said, Cynthia. That is not what you said. And listen, I don't care. I would get annoyed with people too. And I would have little Kiki's like, she didn't pick up after herself, or she leaves her clothes everywhere, or whatever, or, oh God, how many medicine balls do you need to lift in a day? I mean, it's just punching. I don't know. I'm not a street fighter. I'm not a cage fighter, but holy shit. How much elliptical do you have to do to beat somebody up? I knew people growing up who never were on elliptical or lift a medicine ball in their life, and they could beat the crap out of people. So I just think it should just be more punching and kicking, right? But it's just so much elliptical, so much medicine ball, so much stuff going on. So it's fine if, you're going to get annoyed with your fellow house guests. You're going to say a little stuff, and that can be entertaining. But to say you are playing based on integrity and honesty, and then lie, and then turn on someone because you said they're lying, they're playing both sides, and then you, Miss Cynthia, you were playing both sides because you just told Misha, I've always liked you. You've always been so great. You've been, God, I just sit in that bed and Shayna's like, rah, 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 and I'm like, oh, she is a lovely person. She is a lovely. I have never met someone so nice who punches people in the face. Oh, you're so great. What's her deal? What's her deal? What a weirdo. Like, Cynthia, what happened to you? What happened to you? Also, you're a housewife. Of course you talk shit. Okay? Of course you talk shit. Didn't Portia Williams kick you in the baby door on a boat? Wasn't that a thing, you guys? They got in a kicking match? They kicked each other's baby door? Is that why she wants to be friends with Misha? She wants to get back at Portia? Be like, can you teach me how to kick her right in the uterus? Maybe that's the secret deal. She's always wanted to get back at Portia Williams for that time on the boat when I think there was kicking in baby doors. And now she's like, Misha's going to teach me how to land one. Old Street Fighter's I'm going to land it. I don't know. So this was really hard. Okay, so then the other funny part I was going to get to was Todd Bridges. And we've had so many just bloopers this season of Todd really thought that after someone hands you, so here we go, this guy, Todrick, who is, just having everybody, I don't know did he only take advice from Tommy Bracco and Kyland? Because, the snake game is Tommy Bracco was very snaky, and that's one of his best friends. And then insulting people's families, that was Kyland, right? Remember when he said to Xavier about his nephew, and Xavier's like, "Don't bring up my nephew. Don't you do that." And Kylan's like, "Well, I'm just saying. Don't you think he would?" And now we have Todrick telling Chris Kirkpatrick, "Your 3-year-old son is going to be so ashamed of you." Wow, you are garbage. Wow. And I'm paraphrasing, but he did, according to Chris Kirkpatrick, brought up his 3-year-old and his son not being proud of him. He's going to be embarrassed and ashamed of him. And I'm like, did he just listen to Todrick? Or did he just listen to Kylan and Tommy Recco? Are those the only people he took any advice from? He should have just listened to Chada. I feel like if he would have listened to Hannah was so level-headed. She didn't talk mad shit about anyone. She was very respectful, but also a good gamer. He hung out with her all the time. Couldn't you have picked up a note? I don't. But apparently he was like, what? Okay, I'm going to write down the important stuff. Insult people's family. Check. Okay. Other thing. Snaky poo lie. Got it. All right. That's it. Cartwheels. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for that. Cartwheels, dance segments no one wants to watch. Okay. I wrote it all down. Bye, girl. See ya. I mean, my gosh. Chad and Tiff are at, they're at the house. They're posting pics. They're all staying at Todrick's house. And I'm sure they're like, geez, dude. Because he's not making it easy for them. Because Twitter is like, they want Tiffany and Chada to answer for Todrick. They can't. You guys, they can't. How are they going to answer for him? They're staying at his house. And also, this is a grown-ass. This man is almost the same age as Tiffany and me. Why does 23-year-old Chada got to answer for him? Why does Tiffany got to answer for him? They don't. They don't. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, so Todd Bridges gets the power veto, right? So we'll just reenact Todd Bridges. So petty little Todrick, who just, there's something to be said with, it can be fun to be a little messy, a little petty. That can be interesting. I like that. I watch Housewives. I know what time it is. I'm not like, oh, I'm so insulted. But when someone's really down and someone has been isolated and you've already said really out of pocket things about this woman being Shayna, and she's on her way out, what's the point of digging the knife in and twisting? That just shows shitty character. It's not entertaining because there's something that Todrick needs to know about us Big Brother fans. We love an underdog. There will be people we don't like, but once they become the underdog, our empathetic hearts go, oh my God, nobody wants to see anyone horribly lied on, anyone's personal life be brought up. And that's what he's done. Now it'd be different if Shayna was out here being like, and in real life, Todrick does this, and in real life, and if it was a back and forth. But this isn't even an even playing field. Okay. I saw someone make an example of Bo and Janelle. They're like, oh, you guys liked old school Big Brother, but you can't take it. You say you want old school, but you can't take it. That's not true. That's not true. Bo and Janelle were wasted. Janelle shared the story that they used to get tequila in the house. Oh my God, tequila used to make me punch people and kick windows. Like, I don't recommend tequila if you're kind of, a violent or cuckoo person, or anybody. Or I should say large portions of tequila. In a margarita, it was good. But then old Joleen would shoot it down and go, let's kick a window, but that was just how I partied. I partied really hard. And that's why I'm sober now. But they were comparing to that. And I was like, no, Bo and Janelle went back and forth with each other. And then he was like, you date older men and have or she said, you date older men. And he was like, polyester hair. And it was equal because they were both shitting on each other. Shayna is not shitting on him like that. Okay. She's just not. So the more you double down on this like shit pile on Shayna and you talk about her as a mother and you say things like, Todrick frickin' said if he has a daughter, he doesn't want her to look up to someone like Shayna, who was a Miss USA. Sir, you're going to have to stop all of this. You have to stop all of this because the same thing can be said about anybody. All right. And Shayna's not trying to be your daughter's role model. And also, I follow you on Twitter, and I saw the last thing you liked on Twitter before you went into the house. Let's just say, I mean, I don't know if we're going to slut shame here. You liked something pretty slutty. It was a thing. It was a lot. I was like, Because you can see what people like sometimes, and you're like, so I've just figured you'd be more open-minded. Okay. I don't know what she ever did. Playboy? Because you're out here loving whole open buttholes out like on Twitter. Do you know people can just post porn on Twitter? Which, okay, fine. So you seem to like the Playboy type stuff. Shayna did Playboy. What makes her so? I just don't understand that. You literally, who cares? Who cares? You like a butthole. She likes a butthole. Like, who cares? But now all of a sudden she's not. I don't know. Todrick, you're doing too much. The fact that you are on the friggin' show, talking to the cameras and just going in on her, unnecessarily going in, sir. There's no reason to do that. You're a successful person. There's no reason to do that. There's just no reason. He looks at the camera. He's like, she would not be a role model for my. Why? And then he, keeps bringing up the guys, and she's just married guys for money. How do you know? Were you there? She has her own stuff. And even Lamar had to stick up for her and be like, dude, she was Miss USA. Yeah, but what's that? I don't know. One of the hardest things you can probably do is you have to train. You have to, for years, these women compete and they train and they have to, it's like a sport. So, it's just so shitty. What do? You, like I said before, you were just a loser YouTuber like the rest of us, but you got lucky. And that's good. Good for you. Joleen Todrick admitted this convo to Cynthia on the feeds. I bookmarked it. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. See, I'm not lying. I was just curious, and I don't judge. You can I caught myself. I saw one of the guys who was on Survivor. What's his nuts? Literally. You guys know what I'm talking about. Ozzy. And I didn't know. I was looking at his stuff one day. I was like, what's Ozzy up to? Oh, he's up to banging 2 chicks at the same time. That's what he's up to. So I saw all the stuff, and I didn't know you could put that on Twitter. And then I follow, some people, and I won't say who, but, I tend to follow a lot of gay men. And because I find them to be some of the most enjoyable humans on the planet. And so I see a lot of stuff, I see things that I didn't know was a thing, yeah. Men are gay men, straight men, all men. They will come up with things that you just were like, I didn't know that we were doing that, I don't know if there's one where one guy looked like he was gouging out the other guy's eyes during lovemaking. I didn't know that was a fetish, but that's how, men, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just but for you to talk on somehow like you're so above this woman for what? We're all just nasty humans who have, and not by nasty, I'm not like a nasty person, but we all are gross. We all occasionally have bitten our nail off and spit it at Julie Chen. We've all, had intercourse and looked at people having intercourse. So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Okay. Yeah, Morris, that's true. I did. I followed Evil Dick for the name alone. I didn't even know who he was. I just knew the dick was evil and I wanted to see it. No. But it's just like, who cares? Okay, why are you taking yourself so seriously? Weird. Okay, so let's go back to Mr. Todd Bridges. So Todd, Todrick has to put the nail in the coffin one more time. And he has to go, I'm going to take Todd off the block. And I'm paraphrasing because I just think that someone here, I think Misha Street Fighter will be fine because karma works and it's real and it's reunited. Look up karma. Karma doesn't happen till the next life. That's how it works. So whatever Shayna did right now, it's her previous life. Did she do something bad? Were you there? Did you know? Okay. So then he's like, Todd's like, oh my God, shut up. My prostate can't take it. This is crazy. This is awesome. Oh my God, I got my blood pressure checked today. You guys want to know my blood pressure? You ever seen those commercials where they're like, young people, when you buy a house, don't turn into your parents? I love those commercials because they're so cute. Because it's just like, hey, just so you know, Bill in The Butcher, he did a really good job, just stuff that you've seen your mom or dad or parents, older people do. That's Todd Bridges all the time. You guys want to know my blood pressure? Okay. All right. Better get that prostate checked. Otherwise you won't work. Yeah, they go up there, but go ahead. You don't want your wiener to work? Then don't do it. I can't have too much ketchup, sugar, might lead to diabetes. Do you guys notice that my tummy went down since I was in here? He was talking about his tummy going down. Like, good for you, Todd. He's like, yeah, I can see a lot more down there. He didn't say that, but I feel like maybe he can. So he's like, so he steps up to the front of the room and he's like, all right, Todd thought he was going to pick the replacement nominee. Did you guys notice that? He was like, okay, Julie, ready for you. Line. I don't know, getting the line. I was improvising. I'm good at that. Okay, let's run a couple takes, Jules. What do we got here? Okay. I'm going to keep Lamar and Street Fighter, and everyone else can go home. Good night, Los Angeles. And they were like, no, Todd, you can. He's like, what? He's also got that dad thing, when you like your dad's kind of falling asleep or he's just not paying attention. You call his name and he just almost dies. He's, you're like, hey, Dad. Holy shit, you scared the crap out of me. God. Oh, my dad would always be like, I thought it was the second coming of Christ. And I'm like, I just need you to help me with something. God, you don't got to yell it. Jesus. Okay. So then that's how Todd was. Am I in trouble? Jeez, Julie, my blood pressure and my heart pressure and my, oh, God. Okay. All right. Am I just sitting down? So then Todd walks around. He's like, okay, I'm going to walk over here. Excuse me, Lamar. Excuse me, everybody. Yep. Just gonna climb over this. Excuse me, Shayna. We're probably going home. Okay. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay. All right, I'm back. And it was just like the freaking most. The most. Oh my God. It was so freaking funny because he's just like, God, I feel like $1 million. Like he that was his Miss USA moment. That was Todd Bridges' Miss USA moment. It was so amazing. So, Todd's safe. So then they put Shayna on the block next to Street Fighter. So Miss USA versus Street Fighter. And Street Fighter is like, cool. Why was she dressed like Gallagher, the comedian, when he used to smash watermelons? What's with this? Was those suspenders or was it a back brace? I don't know. Is that part of the training? I've never seen her pull out that outfit before. It was like either she's a mime, she's having some back issues, or she's related to Gallagher. You guys remember that guy would smash watermelons? It was, I don't know. I got to look at it because I have no idea what was going on. All right. Yeah, I don't know at least it's not a cutout shirt. I will say that. And then Shayna was like, I'm going out in athleisure because she thought maybe she'd get to play, but she didn't. She was the only person who didn't get to play. And the thing is, Todrick winning that, we're going to have to hear about that forever. He just was like, I just did the biggest move in Celebrity Big Brother you've ever seen. Because there's really no moves in Celebrity Big Brother. The only moves we get is like Meta World Peace going, no, I voted for Chuck to stay. No, you voted for Chuck to go. What the fuck? Really? What? Or Scaramucci's like, just kidding. I was never here. Have fun. The devil's calling me back home. And then he leaves. And we're like, what? Why? That was the dumbest twist. I was just pretending to be here. No, you weren't. That's how you got out of your contract. I just still don't believe that. That was weird to me. So yeah, so Shayna's voted out. Well, they give their little speeches. And then Misha, oh my goodness, Misha, Street Fighter, it was just like, all right, better vote for the devil you know. That's me. I'm telling you I'm a devil. But still, you're keeping me. Dum-dums. Sorry. That part was supposed to be in my head, but I said it out loud. I do that. Todrick, catch me next time. So Cynthia and Carson, thank you for knowing nothing about this game. It's been amazing. I cannot wait to go upstairs and work out and eat lettuce. I can't wait to win this game. Vote out Shayna because she's a liar and her boobs are showing. So there you go. If you are for cleavage, then, something's wrong with you. But if you like suspenders, then vote for me. Thank you. And then Shayna gets up and you can tell Shayna's just, she's done. She's tried. You guys, I watched her on the feeds, like I said, go back and forth to the HOH room. I watched her walk in on the 4 of them. Street Fighter, I think people are calling Todrick Toddler, or is it Todd they're calling Toddler? We need a good nickname for Todrick, because I was saying T-Rick, which is Trick, and then people were like, you can't say that. That's very bad. So I'm not going to call him Trick, but we'll call him TikTok. Okay, so you got Street Fighter and TikTok up there, and then you got, the two boomers who are like, where, I don't know what's going on. Do you guys did we get the paper? Do we got ads this week? I was hoping we'd get some ads or something. Like, how do I know what's at Nordy's or Neiman's? They got ads, but I guess we're not getting that. So they're all talking. And so Shayna walked in on that so many times and tried to talk sense, like literally begging, like, please logically think of this, you guys. You are turning against me, a number on your side, to go and partner up with, maybe for a week, if they will do that, with someone who will not only beat you at all the competitions, but doesn't have your back and has been gunning for you since day one. Like, please, you guys. And then Cynthia's like, no, you're not gonna trick me with logic. You're not gonna trick me with the right thing. You're not gonna trick me. Okay. I am gonna be illogical, and you can't stop me. I am not here to make sense. Okay. I am here to make dollars. I am not here to make sense. So I am sorry. I am not going to listen to anything that makes sense. I'm not going to listen to anything that, would help my game. I don't care. I don't care if it's bad for me. I just want me and Carson till the end of time. When I get home, I'm going to tell Mike Hill, get out of here. It's me and Carson now for life. So where's your wife? Okay. And it was so sad to see Shayna have to go through this, but I also cannot wait to see what she has to say on Twitter and stuff, because I feel like she's going to be very candid, but I was just like, Shayna, hold up. They don't love you like they should love you. Slow down. You don't love Shayna like you should love Shayna. Gosh. I mean, Shayna, I can't. I'm just like Cynthia and Carson. Shayna, I wished it would have been better for you, but mistakes were made. People don't understand this game at all. And that's what Shayna said in her interview with Julie. She was like, well, Julie, what am I supposed to do? I'm literally explaining the game to them, helping them, bringing them information, and they're getting mad at me. They're like, how dare you know? Oh, you think you know more than me? You think you know more than me? Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah. You want to be loyal? Well, I'm not down with that. I don't need your loyalty. I didn't ask for it. That's kind of the reception she got. She would tell them something like, but we didn't ask for it. It's like, but because you didn't even know you needed it. Cynthia, you think you're protecting people. Carson, you think you're just here for the DRs. I mean, I don't. Oh my gosh. It's like, hold up. They don't love you like they love you. Slow down. They don't love you like Shayna loves you. Like, seriously, back up. Todrick and Street Fighter don't love you like Shayna loves you. What a wicked way to treat the girl that saved you, Carson. Okay? You need to go home and listen to Beyonce on repeat. And that's Shayna's song for you. What a wicked way to treat the girl who saved you. Hold up. They don't love you like Shayna loves you. Slow down. They don't love you like Shayna loves you. Back up. They don't love you like Shayna loves you. What a wicked way to treat the Shayna that saved you. Poor Shayna. But yeah, we can go Shayna for AVP. It's just, I guess Carson is to create moments. I don't know. We'll see what happens now. I think the feeds are let's see if the feeds are back up. And if we have I don't know when we'll find out at HOH, we get about 7.5 minutes of feeds a day, which they're like, that's very generous. You should be so lucky. It's still on these adorable kitties, and they're so cute. The other day they had it on dogs, and the dogs kept turning their butts to the camera, and they put a blur on the dog butthole. Like, are we not okay, America? We can't see dog butthole? Like, it's what do you think? Is it for the privacy of the dog? I mean, I guess that's nice. That's polite. But then they only had it in one spot, and the dog would move, and then the blur wouldn't follow the butthole. It was just really weird. It was really weird. The feeds are never up. I was giving them excuses in the beginning, but at this point it's like, well, I mean, and Todrick speaks in paragraphs. He doesn't speak in sentences. He speaks in paragraphs. But for the rest of everyone else, I feel like they don't get to finish their thoughts because the feed's cut. And I really would hope that they would. I mean, Todrick has admitted to going in the DR, saying awful things about Chris, and then he turned it on Chris and he was like, hey, but if you somehow make it right with me, I'll stop talking shit on you and your family. But somehow you got to make it right with me. And I don't know why. I just do. I don't know why you have to do that, but you do. Okay, because America hates you. Todrick thinks him and Misha are like, oh my God, America's going to be gagging that we get Shayna out and that we got her and they're going to love us. And I'm thinking, was this supposed to be Todrick's redemption tour? Because I didn't know a lot about him before. And like I said, I wanted to like Todrick. I really did. I thought, Todrick seems like a dude I'd like. He's cute. He seems fun. He seemed funny. But the more I'm watching him, the more I'm like, oh, I hope you're not like this in the real world. Because this is just like you like kind of being mean and like going way too far with it. Like way too far. And when people aren't fighting back or dragging back, then it's not fun. And it's not fun to watch at all. I understand a lot of you tried to tell me, but I wanted to give him a fair chance. I didn't want to go in and, make assumptions, but I don't need to. Every chance he gets, he's talking to the live feeders. He's just eating food. And he's just like, and guess what? And Shayna, pathetic. If she was on Broadway, 75% off her tickets. Garbage. Oh yeah. Like, have you ever seen her read lines? Gross. She is not a role model. Misha, Street Fighter, said the same thing. Well, I wouldn't want my daughters or, my kids. I don't think young kids should look up to her. First of all, Shayna never asked young kids to look up to her, except for maybe when she was Miss USA. I mean, by default, you have young girls that look up to you, but that was a long time ago. And also, why are we on our high horse again? You beat people to a bloody pulp in a cage. How is that any better than what Shayna's? You know what I mean? Like, how are you superior? I tell dick jokes on YouTube and sometimes on stage and other jokes, but you know what I mean? Todrick dances on TikTok and then sometimes people pay him for a bubbly sponsorship. And I think he did like Broadway or something, right? You guys. And then occasionally RuPaul lets him on a show and he hangs out with the cookout. And then Misha beats people to a bloody pulp and gets her orbital socket broken. Shayna acts on Pacific Blue, a show I never watched, but that's just because it was probably during a time where I was heavily drinking and I was busy at the bar. And posed for Playboy and was Miss USA. Lamar was a basketball player. And I was going to say award-winning basketball player, but you know what I mean? But he also had his own, past with addiction and stuff like we all do. All the most fun people are addicts, just so you know, in case you didn't get the memo, or recovering, I should say. And same thing with Todd Bridges. He was accused of stabbing somebody, but he got off. He was acquitted. But I mean, who hasn't been accused of stabbing somebody? I mean, come on, give me a break. We all got our stuff. That's the thing. So for them to just, why, what makes her so bad? Like, Todrick, you've been accused of horrible things, like not paying people and other stuff. So maybe you want to just calm it down a little bit. Just calm it down. Calm it down. Cynthia Bailey kicked someone in the baby door or let someone kick her in the baby door and got pwned on Housewives. She just did Ultimate Girls Trip and she was wholly emo. She was like, no one wants to play my shade game. Kenya's not paying attention to me. She likes Melissa Gorga more. Where's Mike Hill? So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand this kind of like personal crap in a game. Talk game shit about them all the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with Todrick making up lies about Shayna's game. And if they believe, if that's the extent of it, if Todrick just would have put salt in Shayna's game, I would have been like, great job, Todrick. Good for you. But the fact that he went so personal and then she's down, she's in her bed, she's literally like so defeated. And what they don't know is that allegedly her boyfriend broke up with her too. And you're saying stuff that isn't even true about her. Like she's going around trying to use her sexuality to get farther in the game. Are you kidding me? You are the only one wearing short shorts and showing off your bod. I saw you in your tidy whities walking around in front of everybody. She's not doing that. It just seemed really unnecessary. Unnecessary. I can't wait. And when Shayna walked out, and her speech was just like, hey, friend, hey, boyfriend, hey, kids, hey, mom and dad, what's up, Rhode Island, deuces. And then at the end, she was like, don't worry, Todrick, I'll make sure no one on the jury votes for you. And then she left. Something about a former Miss USA just leaving. They always know TV Miss USAs who later go on to be on TV, like Kenya Moore's and Shayna Moakler's. They can just leave a room and say something so fantastic and just be like, see you never. And then Todrick's like, oh, really? Oh, really? But I was like, that was great. And I know that, normally what you want to do when you want to kind of sabotage someone's game going out of the house, you would say, just so you know, I'm going to tell the jury to only vote for Todrick. And that would make everyone in the house go, we got to get rid of Todrick because he's going to get all the votes. However, this is Celebrity Big Brother, where Cynthia, she wouldn't know that. She would be like, oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. And then Lamar would go, I didn't even know we vote. And then Todd would stand up again. He would go, do you need me? You guys, I won the power of veto. He's going to be in the DR going, can you believe it? Okay. He's going to go, hi, I'm Todd Bridges from my DR. I won the veto. And then he's going to walk out. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, you guys. Todd's going to literally be on the live feeds now and go, you guys, can you believe I won the POV? And he's gone because that's how he votes. That's how he's going to think that. There's going to be conversations and Shayna's not going to be there to explain it to them. And Todrick's going to get annoyed having to explain it. Lamar's going to go, so you get to probably put people up now. And Todd's going to go, probably, man. I don't know. I got to first check my prostate and my blood pressure because I didn't know I was going to be such a winner in this game. And they're like, Todd, Jesus, what? Am I in trouble? What? Jeez. You have to give back the POV. No, I don't. No, I just want to take this in the vans home. This in my vans. That's it. Okay. And I need melatonin. I like to take it 2 hours before bedtime. So then I literally fall asleep, fall into the bed. Like some of the people fall into the gap. I like to fall into the mattress. All right. Okay. Good night. And then this, I think we might have to ban melatonin from future seasons because I take melatonin. I'm just joking, you guys. But something's going on in the tonin. Check the tonin. Somebody laced the tonin. Okay, you always hear stories about stuff getting laced because these people aren't acting right. These celebs are not acting right. Okay? You guys are funny. This necklace is worth $30 on eBay. He falls out, Yeah, Mary, his blood pressure was him and Street Fighter had a whole conversation. Like, it was you don't want to drop too low because you drop too low, you can break a hip or your heart could stop or something. Yeah, but I was pretty good, and I've been 145, 105, 190. They like me between 100 and 1,000 or something blood pressure wise. But the blood pressure pills, I got to go try it with my lady Miguel back home because I take the before the blood pressure pills and then after and then I'm just sagging. Okay. Back in my day, we used to sag. You remember sagging pants? Yeah, I would sag, but so does my ding-a-ling, your ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling-a-ling. And then it would just scrape on the ground. But that's what goes on the streets. So like I told Cynthia Bailey, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. I want Chris Kattan back. Oh my gosh. Chris Kattan will not be part of the jury. He's been doing interviews with, he did it with Sharon from Us Weekly. And he said he's not going to be part of the jury. He had fun. He had some kind of family stuff going on. I think like his stepdad is older and sick and he just needed to get out of the house. Okay. So, interesting. I got to check out this, I've seen the Winner's Circle like previous seasons. I haven't seen Tiffany on it yet. And she's like the regular co-host of it right now. So Kathy said Tiffany was on the Winner's Circle and did not condone Trat's actions. Oh, Todrick. I don't know if they're going to America Will we get a vote? Will, I'm not sure. Julie Chen, maybe. They'll be like, Julie, it's in your binder. You got to read your binder because Julie gets a binder of everything. Yeah. My blood pressure meds conk me out, Todd Bridges today said. And they want that. They want me to be conked out. They don't want me to be all up. You know, I'm all the way up. They want me to be all the way down. Like my wiener when I'm on the medicine. It's really, you guys want to sit down at the table. I'll bore you for an hour or two, fall asleep, wake back up, tell you more about my blood pressure. It is Todd. And then, you know, we did see Lamar tonight calling out for Chloe. So, I mean, I can't imagine Chloe's just not, you know, just lactating at the thought of him coming back because he's just on the feeds like, you know, and then farting, which very entertaining. But if you were trying to get a girl back, okay, how to get a girl in 28 days, however long the season is, okay, we should write a book for that, for Lamar, to get Chloe back, how to get a girl in 28 days on Celebrity Big Brother. Number 1, minimal farting. Save it for the bathroom stall or pop some Beano, which I know he was looking for his Beano the other day. Also, don't eat your fingernails. Don't rip them off. Don't, you know, use a clipper. Also, if your toenails are turning black, maybe ask Big Brother if they could give you something. Also, just, you know, belching all the time, maybe not the thing to do. So yeah, there you go. Thank you. Welcome, World of Winnie Mom. Welcome to the Leen Team. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Yeah. Also, Amy, great point, you guys. I want to read some of your comments now. Don't poop the bed. Don't shart too hard. And if you do shart, keep it on the DL. You know, anytime you shart, just keep it on the DL. Sharting always on the DL when you're trying to woo the woman. Once you have the woman or the man, shart away. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. I sharted. And that's, you know, that's probably around, depends on how, I would say year 4, year 5, sharting, totally fine. Totally fine because you're already in. And definitely if you're married because you already, you know, signed government papers. So you should shart away. Go ahead. And enema, maybe I would be backed up in that house. I would not be able to go potty with all those people around. Okay. Tammy says it's Cody and Device's channel. Devices. Whose device? Derek. I like his name is Device because he is kind of, you know, he's like a detective. He's like a cop. He's he's a device. I kind of like that. Lamar's constant massages and homophobic comments, though. I'm trying to think of, he had the casting couch. They kept cutting. The problem is they kept cutting the feeds, and Todrick was talking something about some trans comments, but I didn't hear them, but that was over the weekend. So give me timestamps because I've heard Todrick since the beginning of this game say that Todd and Lamar have offended him. And they do make jokes about each other being gay, I think. And then Todrick said he played volleyball. And then Todd said something about that being a sport for gay people, I think. Which volleyball is a sport for all. And it's a really fun sport. I don't think you have to be gay to play volleyball. I don't know. If that's the case, then they should have stopped me. Or maybe I'm gay. So there you go. You know, either way, I'm fine with it. Imagine if those are the things. I think those are the things. Chloe's a caretaker. Okay. So if you're crapping yourself, literally and figuratively, and, you know, eating your nails or your cuticles, so turn on to Miss Khloe Kardashian. Yes. Chris will be voting. So everyone in the jury will vote. The jury obviously is not sequestered. They're out in the wild. And so they're able to see everything. but Chris Kattan will not vote. Chris Kirkpatrick will. Sorry, Joe, you're probably asking about Chris Kattan. Lamar could get some kind. I mean, he could get so much out of this season as far as gas stuff goes. I'm like, Gas X, Beano, so much. Seth is happy. Misha in final 6. He's lactose and intolerant. Yeah, he had too much lactose and too much melatonin. So he was so sleepy and he couldn't get out of bed in enough time. But like, who hasn't sharded, you know? Hannah is 50-50 pro Todrick. Oh. It would be so difficult if you're staying at someone's house, but they're acting a fool, but you're like, I kind of want to stay here. I mean, what are you supposed to say? I mean, he's a little out of pocket, but have you seen his pool? Have you seen his Wizard of Oz room? Okay. Sure. Yes, he's saying quite, it's a little misogyny coming out of him for sure. Some gross personal stuff, what he said about Chris Kirkpatrick's kid not being proud of him. However, 10,000 square foot house. You get seriously rent free? Are you kidding me? Okay, Danny said a guy shouldn't jump into girls' arms. Then later in that combo, Todd was talking about a trans niece and kept misgendering her. Oh, I do remember Todd talking about his trans niece. I do remember that. And that's when you're talking about when Todrick jumped in Misha's arms. So I do remember that. I do. Yeah, wasn't there, remember they used to have those t-shirts that people would wear. I mean, mostly dads in the 90s, but like co-ed naked volleyball. And someone's dad was always like, you guys read my shirt? And we're like, yeah, Mr. Anderson's totally making us barf. You're grossing us out. Why are you so weird? It's gross. But it's co-ed naked. So, okay, cool. But you're married to Sue? Does Sue like your shirt? You're not doing much naked stuff. So I don't know why you're bragging about naked volleyball that you're not having. Why are you representing something that doesn't happen? I don't even know if Sue takes her clothes off for you anymore, Mr. Anderson. But awesome. Tim, you've never sharded. Well, then you haven't lived. I mean, a good shart will just bring you right back down to bring you, closer to God. I don't know. That's just me being silly. But a new Pepto commercial, yeah. Upset stomach, diarrhea, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, sharding, diarrhea. Or no, nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, sharding. And he'll go, hey, I'm Lamar Odom. I just sharded. I mean, that'd be fun. And then Chris Kattan can show up. I mean, there's lots of opportunities for these guys. Lots of opportunities. Lamar said it's backwards for a guy to jump in a girl's arms, but I also think Lamar is really well-intentioned. Yeah, I do too. I don't feel like Lamar's like a super hateful person. I think he has caught himself a few times on the feeds when he said stuff even about like women and stuff where, it's like, I always I try to think of people's, intentions and if they're, and if they mean to be hurtful, and then when they find out they're being hurtful, their reaction to it. And if their reaction is like, well, F you and F this is America. And then I was like, well, I mean, you could just have a little empathy, but okay. But I mean, and I feel like, Lamar at least tries, it's there are generational things too that, that's why it's good to have, conversations about shit. Whether it be when you catch someone saying something, you're just like, hey, that's not cool. You don't have to completely like shame them. You can, if you are their friend, you can, just talk to them, be like, this is why maybe it's not cool to say that because you could be hurting this person or that person. And you're not that kind of person. You don't want to do that. And most logical people are like, you know what? You're right. I don't. And then you got Todrick's, I assume, I was making an assumption that Todrick's just like, oh, I did mean to. I feel like Todrick's the type, he'll stab you. And then even when it's like, you're like DOA, he's just like, Todrick is like Michael Myers about his insults. Even when you're done, like you are done, you are like horizontal in the bed, just, I'm done, I can't anymore. And he's like, so let's keep going. All right. We don't have a new HOH yet, Simone. I'm so sorry. We have a cute kitty. I think they're going to do it pretty late, probably in the next couple hours, depending on what the HOH competition is. Predictions, Todrick or Misha. Those are my predictions. I don't think Cynthia has a chance of winning. However, Cynthia was doing decent on the puzzle in the POV tonight, I think. Lamar was not. Todd was not. Misha's not a puzzle person. That's what also pissed me off because Shayna's a puzzle person. She talked about that in her pre-interviews. She was very open, like, I love puzzles, I love this stuff. And then they just don't pick her. I feel like in that scenario, Grodner, just rig it so she can play. Just at least play. Because for the audience, even if it was someone I definitely wanted to go home, but somehow in Big Brother, it never happens where it's like Jackson Mickey didn't get to play in the POV when he was on the block. They didn't pick him, or not when he was on the block. I'm sorry, when he was about maybe going to be backdoored. That doesn't happen. But it always happens for people that were like, no, we want her to have a chance. But that's kind of just how Big Brother is. You just learn to understand that it is a TV show and we never get what we want. It is a horrible, horrible TV show that we all love. And we never get what we want. And that's okay because we still watch it. At least I do. I still watch it. And I just try to find the funny in it, the ridiculous, and go from there. Because I will be honest, it's been a little dark on the feeds with just, the hate campaign against one person. Again, that was the whole thing with Nicole Anthony. Everyone kind of got behind Nicole Anthony and BB21 because we're just like, holy shit. Everyone got behind Kemi. We're just like, holy shit. These people are literally attacking someone constantly who is already down and out, already, not in the majority of the house, already struggling. And then Nicole Anthony went to All Stars and then it was like too soon for her to play again. But we had so much empathy for her. We had so much empathy for Kemi. And it's just always going to be that way for most, I think, Big Brother fans, is we just don't want to see anybody completely, struggling and then kicked while they're down. Cam, you know what? Broken Big Brother is still better. I agree. It's sometimes my best coverage seasons of Big Brother are when they're the worst because there's always comedy to be found, whether it's dark humor, light humor, silliness. We can always find kind of a light. So that's what I do as a comedian. I hope you guys like it and I hope you had fun tonight. And I'm sorry Big Brother did this to us again. I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of CBS, Viacom, Paramount Plus, Allison Grodner, Rich, I don't know what his last name is. The old casting director, the new casting director, the toenail or the toenail. Wouldn't that have been great if Lamar, it was his toenail? He was just grabbed his foot. And then I feel for the person that has to clean that up because someone's got to go in there and clean up his nail that he spit out. And everyone just go, if you want to do something positive, go show Shayna Moakler love. Also your reminder that don't, if you're mad at someone on the show, don't, just leave it alone. Don't send any hate their way on social media. Not saying you guys do, but just don't waste your time. Instead, send positive shit to like Shayna Moakler because allegedly she got broken up with while she was in the house and she didn't even know. And if this guy named Matthew, if he did that to her, that is dirty. That is dirty, sir. Because he took down her pictures. He unfollowed her, to which then I checked she's not following him, but she still has the posts up. And she shouted him out at the end. She's like, Matthew, I can't wait to come see you. She was talking about him on the feeds. It was so awkward. And it's Valentine's Day. And she said today on the feeds, I can't wait to go home. It's fine if I get to go. Or she didn't say I can't wait to. She said, if I get to go home, it's fine because I get to go home on Valentine's Day to my man. Matthew, I can't wait to see you and hug you and kiss you. And I'm like, oh no, someone tell her. And then it's like, you can't. Big Brother can't tell her because that would really mess her game up. She would want to leave immediately and she wouldn't have fought. But if you weren't even going to let her play the POV, just should have told her. You should have told her and she could have Chris Kattaned it and wouldn't have to sit there and listen to Todrick's bullshit and like, karma's a lady, honey. And karma is not on your side. Not on your side after how you talk about ladies. Nope. No. I just can't believe I'm so disappointed in this young man. Okay. Right? How did we go from this? We went from like, oh my God, I was literally watching Carson win that HOH. And I'm like, my husband's laughing at me because I'm like, go Carson. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Now you and Cynthia. And you can have a fun week. You don't got to worry. And Shayna. Two, I hope they go down. I hope that Misha makes them cry and realize. No, I don't. I hope they don't cry. But I do. But part of me thinks even if Misha does that, Carson and Cynthia, they're not going to fight Misha like they will Shayna. At least Cynthia won't, I don't think. I mean, it would be epic if she did. That would be fun for the feeds. But I think she'll just be like, well, they didn't really owe us anything. But Cynthia, they do owe you something because they all shook hands in the HOH room. Let me show you. We got receipts. Do we have handshaking receipts, Jolene? After they made their little deal that if they won HOH, both Todrick and Street Fighter were like, we will rock you. They were like, we won't rock you. We will keep you safe. Okay. We got receipts. All right. I know. It was just like, no. But again, this is every season of Big Brother. So it's like, whatever. I think we're just used to it. So, I mean, I'm never devastated as much as I used to be. Okay. So here's Street Fighter and little Carson shaking. Like, okay, you got a deal. Street Fighter's doing it. Todrick's there. I don't know if I got all of them shaking hands, but and then that's Misha in her cutout tops and her WWE Hulk Hogan shirt going, all right, Cynthia. And Cynthia's like, where are we? Who are you? She's like, I'm Misha. I was gunning for you. And then we talked you into saving me. Misha, I'm going to win this game. Who's going to win? I'm going to win this game. Misha's going to win this game. Cynthia's like, oh, okay, cool. Do you know Mike Hill? She's like, no, honey, I don't. Okay. And then, let's see. Oh, wait, no, we do have Todrick. We do have, I'm going to call him Trick Daddy. We got Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy. He's TikTok Daddy. He's, shaking. And Cynthia's like, and who are you? He's like, I'm Todrick. She's like, I don't know, honey. And then, let's see. Do we have any more? I was like, oh, God, here we go. Then these two shake hands. The diabolical twins shake hands. Who would have thunk that they would be besties for the resties? I wonder if outside of the house they'll be besties for the resties. And I'm so curious to see Todrick, who seems to be very cognizant of social media and what people think of him, what he's going to think about his reception when he leaves. Something tells me he'll pay attention to it, but they'll spin it, because my God, I would not, if I was Todrick, I would not go on Twitter. Don't go on Twitter. Those people are not happy. No. Yep. Fan favorites, automatic not winning. Yeah. Yep. Stacked in Florida says, I need a Lamar HOH. He will put up Misha and Todrick. But first, I need Misha or Todrick to win HOH and put up Cynthia and Carson. Yeah, I need them to break that deal. I really do. That will make for some interesting. And I do hope that Carson and Cynthia don't do that. Well, honey, we did what we could. We tried our best. And sometimes your best isn't good enough. Let's drink some wine and bake a cake. I hope I hope they go up and they have to have meetings. Like you promised us, we shook the same energy they had for Shayna. They better have for these two. If and when they stab them in the back and put them up on the block. That would be epic. I would like that. Okay, Misha. So Street Fighter is going to put up CNC Music Factory up first chance she gets and justify it by citing how they turned on their own. Ride or die Shannon. She is setting that up. You are right, DGF. She is setting that up. She's like, well, how can I really trust you guys? I mean, you guys turned on Shayna, and that was supposed to be your person. So I told you. I'm just saying, if we all have stuff. We all do stuff. We all like stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that stuff. But don't judge someone else and say they're not a role model when you're out here just liking random bunghole pics. I don't know. I'm just saying. We all have kinks and we all have things. And so don't say Shayna is this bad person or Shayna is somehow not a role model. But are you a role model? Shayna got naked. You get naked, or you watch people get naked, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just saying, guys. Be a little less judgmental. Who cares? Why is Shayna not a good role model? And why do women even have to be good role models? Why does she even have to be? She's Miss USA and she works at the pageant, but she hasn't been Miss USA in a long time. I don't know. I just feel like for someone so judgy, you would think he was like Mr., up in Mary Cosby's church or something. I don't know. I was trying to think of a church, but then that's not a good church to use because they have their own stuff. But you would think he's just like, I don't know. We were born naked. Who cares? We like to look at naked. Some of us like to be naked. Some of us like to like naked tweeters. I don't know. I'm just saying. I like to do a little research beforehand. I like to just get a look. And then I go, oh, okay, that's funny. And I do enjoy, I always tease Busy because following Busy and following So Debonair, also go subscribe to their channels. But following them on Twitter, I see so much wiener. I've never thought I'd see so much wiener in my life. I told my husband, I go, look at this. My husband's like, why are you showing me that? I'm like, because I didn't know you could put this on Twitter. I thought this was like on onlyporn.org. I didn't know. But there's just so much wiener because then you see stuff that people are liking. So it's like, it's fun. And now that I've watched Euphoria, I'm just now, I do like that we're normalizing seeing male genitalia because we've normalized seeing women naked. So yeah. I know. So word has it, rumor on the 2 T's in a pod, which is Tamra Judge, formerly of the Real Housewives of Orange County, and Teddy Mellencamp, formerly of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and formerly of Celebrity Big Brother. She was saying that Shayna's boyfriend, who might not be her ex, Teddy made a joke about a hat that she left in the Big Brother house and that Shayna's been wearing it. And Teddy said, probably never going to, or, she's wearing my hat or said something. And then Shayna's boyfriend hit Teddy up in the DMs and said something about, you're never going to get that back. And she said he was trying to be funny, but then followed it up with something very mean about Shayna that Teddy Mellencamp didn't think a boyfriend who loved her should be saying. So this is all according to Teddy Mellencamp. And she did say on her podcast, which I was kind of like, I'm torn on this one because girl code, and I get that you're mad at her because she didn't vote to keep you or whatever, but girl code would be like, don't bring that on your podcast. Don't embarrass the woman. Like, wait till she gets off and then out, and then tell her. Because now we're all just speculating on what it was. But, I mean, if he did that, that is really low down. So she was like, hit me up when you get out, Shayna. I'll tell you all about it. Well, first you told, you implied a lot to a lot of people on your podcast for clicks and views, which is kind of shitty. Because you know her as a person now. And you knew how in love she was with this dude. And it's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Nobody wants to hear about that. It's embarrassing. Oh my gosh, you guys are leaving the best comments. Yeah, I have a second account to like all my Buffy porn. Sure I do. Why not? Yeah, and I mean, Shayna was defending Teddy and was saying, that Todrick allegedly said horrible things about Teddy. So, yeah. Teddy said it wasn't him hitting on her, but it felt she needs to warn you. She said he said something bad. That's what I took from it. Kristen Sink has spoken out. Kristen Sink is on a tour of speaking out right now. He is Us Weekly, everywhere he can speak out, he does. I'm surprised he hasn't hit me up. Hey, can I? No, he was not going to hit me up. But I'm just saying, like, he was like, do you have a microphone and a podcast? Cool. I got something to say. Do you want to go live on Instagram Live? I was like, Chris Kirkpatrick, leave me alone. Like, he was just all up in my DMs. That didn't happen. I'm lying. But he was all up in my DMs, just like, Joleen, please go live with me. You're my favorite YouTuber. You're so funny. And you remind me of my wife. And I was like, get out of here, Chris Kirkpatrick. Seriously, please. No, he didn't say any of that. But he has been talking, and he has been saying that Todrick, he was so scared when he left there because Todrick made him feel as though he did something so wrong. And Todrick got really personal with him and said that, told Chris Kirkpatrick, his son, his little 3-year-old adorable son, who said, "Who wants to see my HOH room?" that he was going to be embarrassed of Chris on the show and other things. And I'm like, oh my God, that's just so, talk about someone's kid like that. Ew. Ew. When he didn't do anything. I mean, I don't know what he did that would warrant that. I could see if he was just like this huge bigot and was saying awful things. Well, then sure. Yeah. But no. So yeah, he's spoken out about that, and that he was very pleasantly surprised to see that he wasn't crazy, and that the people outside, the fans, are seeing that Todrick is taking this way too far and he's being real grimy. Mitzi, thank you so much for the super chat. Am I dreaming, or did anyone else hear Lamar at the very end tell Misha? Yes. Oh my God, I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay. So as the credits were rolling, I actually grabbed a screenshot because did I grab that screenshot? The Bopsy twins were, these two were hugging, and then Lamar, and true, this is why we need Lamar on the show. Okay. Because he's always has something at these evictions. He said, yeah, I was going to vote for Misha. I just thought that was, and you could tell Misha, her suspenders stood straight up and she was like, what? And then Todrick's like, oh, you were? You're like, yeah, I was going to want to vote for Misha. So no, you weren't dreaming. He did say that. And I thank him for his service. Okay. Oh, that's sweet. He should advocate for Shayna. Who am I rooting for now? Good golly, that's a great question. Fudge sickle. I am rooting for, I guess, Lamar. I mean, I don't know. I'm just rooting for having fun and making fun of this show now until the end. No matter what, I still think this was a good season of Celebrity, but it sucks that, like Shayna said, they know so little about the game. So it can go both ways. It can be so good that they don't do groupthink and that they, it makes it more entertaining, but then it can be so bad that they don't even know the basics of the game. So Shayna doing what everyone does in Big Brother is somehow seen as the most blasphemous, terrible, makes her a terrible person, that she could possibly get information from one side and bring it to another, or that she could use a power to save someone. You would think, it's crazy. You would think she voted Cynthia out or something. I just want him to stop with the I backdoored myself narrative. Yeah, stop, sir. It's okay. We got it. We understand. We know what's going on. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes, I think that they will be friends outside of this house. Shayna was, she spoke very highly of Chris after he was gone, and tried to remind Carson and Cynthia that, like, Chris, he kind of gave up his game. Now, I will say I do fully agree with the theory that Chris Kirkpatrick likes being a hero. I just can tell from his personality. He likes it. But, he could, I forgot what I was going to say there, but you know what I'm saying. But he did give up, he did take a big risk. Again, he could have been better. He didn't have to take that risk. He could have just been better at lying to Misha, but he was like, everything I do it for you, Misha. I play this game for you. Okay. Oh my God, Tammy, is this really? I'm going to need receipts on this one. Andy Heron just posted on Twitter that Todrick is, what's so funny? Here's what'll happen. These former Big Brother players, I saw Kat Dunn post something and said, I am not, she alluded to, she said it in a certain way, but it was basically, she's not going to F with Todrick anymore. She's like, I'm done. I'm done. Ha, get it? I'm done. Oh, she should have a podcast called I'm Done. But what's her podcast called? Conspiracy or something? But that would be cute. I'm Done with Catherine Dunn. Kat Dunn. But she said she's not effing with him. Then Andy Heron's going to post this. If Andy Heron says you're a bad person, I don't know. I heard what Andy on his season, what he said on the live feeds. I was like, ooh. But the problem is they'll say this stuff to gain favor within the, Twitter Big Brother world. And then you see them all hanging out. So take that with a grain of salt. I feel like Andy would hang out with Todrick in a minute. So whatever. That's crazy. That's why when people are like, Joleen, don't you want to meet all these people? It's like, no, I don't. If I meet someone here and there, fine. But that's not going to make or break my life to hang out with Big Brother people. They're just people like all of us. Like some of them I'll geek out. Like if June was like, hey, I want to hang out, or Janelle or Kaser, then all right. If Davon called me, and I'd be like, oh, wow. But there's like very few people that I would truly, truly geek out. I mean, one time I might have talked to Chada on the phone, on FaceTime. And that was pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, I mean, they're nice people. They're regular people. But also I feel like I've always kind of, if I interview people, that's one thing, but it's hard to do funny commentary and kind of do little drags and stuff of people or little shading people if you then know them. But I mean, like, I really enjoy Jessica Milagros. And we connected after her season because her siblings are totally rad, and they watched my channel when I broke down that season, and they loved it. When she got out, they're like, you have to contact this Joleen girl. She had your back all season. We think you'd get along. And ever since then, we've been fast friends. So there's some, but I'm not going to every event like, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Joleen from YouTube. I know I said I didn't like you on the show, but I sure do like you in person. Like, I'm not probably going to do that. Now, if CBS hires me or something, which obviously they should, or Big Brother hires me, then yeah, I would go to some events. But, Forever Young, thank you for the super sticker. That's so nice of you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely voting Shayna for America's Favorite Player. Yeah, and once Janelle followed me on social media, I was geeking out. Like, I was like, oh. And then, like, replied to a DM of mine. I was like, yes, that's fantastic. Andrew Gabor said, the only way I mess with Cynthia and Carson is if the only way I mess with Cynthia and Carson if I was Shayna is if I was putting my foot in their ass. Hey, Andrew Gabor. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. It was very easily written, but I struggled. I'm struggling. I think I'm just tired. Oh my gosh, right? Well, Gabor is such a, you are a Housewives Bravo aficionado. Gabor, did you just know that this would be how Cynthia's game would go? Or did you have high expectations? Let me know in the chat, because I got to have Gabor on the channel. You got to pop up for a little breakdown segment and tell me your feelings, because as someone who knows so much about the Bravo world, I would love to hear if you had any hope in Cynthia. Exactly. They say that now, and then they'll be posted up with them at Hearts of Reality events. So it's just like, whatever, who cares? That's why usually once the season is done, unless they remain like a big part of the community, I don't really have commentary on it. Like, I don't care that much because I don't know any of these people personally. So get a dub, Morris. Forever Young said, I heard Misha ask Todrick if live feeds were recorded. I know. And she was like, would you people play them back? Why are you worried about it, Mish? And then she was like, oh, that's like weird. Again, what? How is that weird? Just because we stalk you at night when you're sleeping and want to hear everything you say. How are we weird? How are we weird? I've actually talked with Tiffany before, and she's lovely, and she's funny. So yeah, I don't even think she knew she was going to talk to me, but there I was. Hi. But yeah, no, they're good people. That's the thing. It's like most of the people that play this game are good people. I don't know about Todrick right now, but we'll see. But most people, they're just, they're good people. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, not Jackson Mickey. I don't think he's gone. I haven't followed him much after this, but yeah. Right? Me and Gabor, I feel like we would probably, I don't know if we'd have, I feel like Gabor might, I'm trying to think who his faves would have been. Because I know Busy always has the opposite as me. Sarah usually has, we have kind of, me and Miranda usually have similar. Sarah might have, when we watch BB Can, me and Sarah from Nerdtainment will have differing. So it's kind of fun. And then Busy's always, I mean, if there's a person that, everyone's not going to like, Busy's going to go, I love her. He was like, this is a Misha Stan account. He was calling his channel. I was like, oh my God, Busy, you're so funny. Like, so ridiculous. Would I support Todrick if he was my friend? That's a good question, Mary T. I would have a talk with him the same way I would have a talk with Derek Frazier if he was my friend. What I said during BB23 when I covered it, I think that, hearing someone speak like that, especially about women, myself being a woman, and if I have male friends, I check them and I expect my friends to kind of check me too. And that was the thing. If you watched me and Busy on Sip and Key, I mean, I checked him tons of times about women's stuff or whatever, and then encouraged him to check me too if something was like not my business. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that I would definitely, we would need to talk after this season. But if I was his friend, I feel like I would kind of know that this is how he is. But then again, having a little empathy, you've never been put in a situation, most people, where you are locked away, cameras on you, high pressure game, makes you paranoid, get very little sleep. But I definitely would hold him accountable. I am that friend, maybe to an annoying point. I'm an Aquarius, so I love justice. And I love talking about issues. I love that kind of shit. I love hearing other people's perspectives. Mostly I love hearing my own, but I also let other people talk sometimes. And, but with Todrick's behavior, I would definitely have to step in and say, that was grimy and below the belt. And if I was you, I would go apologize, because male friends that I do have, I will tell them when they say something or be like, or if they're in a fight with someone or upset with someone, and say, you should do this, or it's better if you handle it this way, or, yeah. So I think that's what I would do. Okay, Gabor answered. No hope in Cynthia. Cynthia is known for being two faces and going with the wind. Remember, Kenya was able to get between Cynthia and Nene, and Cynthia was team Kenya after the friend contract. Oh yeah, I pulled up the Nene interview from Watch What Happens Live when she said Cynthia just goes wherever the wind takes her, like a fair weather friend. So yeah, I think Busy's got a little bit of troll in him, but he also, like, it's the same thing when we cover Housewives. When everyone's like, oh my, Candace is doing too much, Busy doubles down and he'll go, Candace is the best. She could do no wrong. And if you watch him and So Debonair cover Potomac, it's pretty funny because they're just like, they just fight each other on it. So Andrew said, I think Joleen and I are similar. Busy and I hardly ever, okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, we might be on the same page. I tell him all the time I question his friendship. I know, me and Busy never that's the fun of, going live together, is that we never like the same people, but we both hear each other out. So it's kind of fun. But when he said he was a Misha Stan account, I was like, you are doing that on purpose. You are doing that on purpose because you'll get the girls riled up, and he loves it. Okay. Aquarius is Scorpio's my moon, so nobody better cross me. Nobody better lay a finger on my butterfinger. That's how it is when Scorpio is your moon. It is challenging. So Rich says, it's challenging when a friend behaves badly. Part of being supportive is talking them about it and try to provide an alternative perspective and awareness on choice. I think that is, there's that quick reaction on Twitter, and we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it for sure. And I'm trying to, as I get older, just check myself more. And to just be like, screw you, you're done, you're dead to me. But I think that when people make mistakes, or when people are doing things that might be hurtful, if they have people around them who are willing to, talk to them and not just write them off, or, maybe explain to them why, just like you're saying, being supportive is talking to them about having conversations that might be difficult. That's the important thing we learned, with just having difficult conversations with like families about race and things, especially as white people in America, like talking to family members and having those tough conversations to hopefully, because if you just write people off all the time, it's like, then we're not. I mean, there comes a point where you're just, you might have to write some people off about stuff, but I think it's important, even if you have family members who maybe are on different political sides too, to kind of keep communication somewhat open rather than just shut each other down. Like, you're a dummy. No, you're a bigger dummy. You're the dummiest piece of dummy that ever dummied. Oh yeah, blocked. But if someone was never your friend and they're doing that, then who cares? But if they're your friend or someone you care about, you might want to just talk to them, because we all can behave badly, you know. And not much is learned if you just turn away. But if it becomes a pattern, you have to check for patterns of behavior. That's what I do with people. I'm not saying that's, the way to go. But if it becomes a pattern, then yeah, freaking be done. Because you only get so much time on this earth. Like, I can ghost like no other. If I feel like I have expressed it all to you, I will Judge Judy build a case. And now we don't know each other. I don't know her, Mariah Carey style, Todrick is obviously very insecure. It's so interesting, Chris, because he's someone who talks on the feeds. He wants to get married and have a family, and all those things are doable and in his future. But yet it's almost like the people that do have that, he's shitting on. And he's already speaking like, I'm going to do this when I'm a parent. That's just something you probably, when you're not a parent, should stay away from, because all I've heard from people who were like, I'm going to be this kind of parent. And then when they were parents, they're like, I wish I would have never said anything, because it's really hard and you're going to make mistakes. So maybe, again, just having a little bit of grace for other people is always a good thing. And it's just so interesting that Todrick wants all these things, but I don't know. I don't really get him. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think he was going to be this petty and this like grimy in the game. I really didn't. I just didn't. Yeah, exactly. Like, why put down Shayna? She's had a great career. She's done wonderful things. And she has children, and she's had relationships that worked and relationships that haven't worked. She's a 46-year-old woman. She's lived a life. And to assume that she has not gone through anything, I think is problematic too. And I really think that Todrick, I don't know what game he's playing, but he really wants to be on this, him and Misha too, Street Fighter, she'll be like, and I was raised by a single mom and I didn't have this. Well, yes, we want to hear your stories. I mean, that's a little bit more Survivor-y, but yeah, I like that about Survivor. So bring it into Big Brother. We want to hear about your backstory for sure. I wanted to hear about, the just being an addict myself, a recovering addict. I wanted to hear about Todd Bridges and Lamar's struggles. And I have a lot of empathy for, alcoholics and addicts and stuff. And I think it's important to destigmatize that stuff and talk about it, for sure. But it's just like, don't use that though as strategy. I feel like even when they were trying to flip Cynthia, she's like, well, I didn't have money, and I didn't. Well, a lot of people didn't. Like, that's what. And then to just assume that Shayna had this or that, I don't know. It just is weird to me. It's very weird. Yeah, Cynthia was agreeing with Todrick when he was saying some stuff. Yeah, grimy for sport. Yes. Danny says, didn't believe him. Then I gave them the tea on his role on the show and how he kept calling women bitches. And then someone was like, his friend is right here listening. And she was like, he's right. Oh, Danny, what are you talking about? Oh, it was Philly night of the living drag. I could tell he didn't like. Are you talking about Derek Frazier? He didn't like that I said, but I just hugged him and laughed. What is happening? I feel like we're getting like story time here, Danny, and I missed it. I can't even find it. Okay, it is. I met Derek F. at a drag show on Halloween, and I was too drunk to masquerade my feelings about him, and he was like, say something. I was stunned but ended up saying Frenchie was the wrong choice. I mean, that sounds pretty damn perfect to me. It was Philly night of the living drag. I could tell he didn't like that I said that, but I just hugged him and he left. Then everyone around was like, he kept saying he was on a show, but we didn't, oh my gosh, believe him. Then I gave them the tea on his role. The thing with Derek Frazier is he needs to let it go. A la Elsa style, because normally, you know, the show's done and I get it. You know, he's getting a lot of heat online, but there's certain things that you have to take accountability for. And you just have to, you know, acknowledge that women are going to be like side-eyeing you and wondering like, why are you so comfy with the angry bitch word? You know what I mean? Like, why are you so comfy saying not like bitch, but like that bitch? Like, why is that so comfy in your vocabulary? And also, you cooked, you entertained, and you slept a lot. That's okay. But that's what you did. So some people define that in the game as not doing anything. They just do. We all have our different definitions of what we think good gameplay is. Some people hate a floater game. Some people hate you know, like the Andy Heron, like rat floater game. Some people hate a coaster game like Victoria. Some people hate the people are always going to dislike, I shouldn't say hate, but some people just don't enjoy that kind of game. But he just keeps doubling down on, I had a great game. Who cares? You got second place. Just take your second place and go. But to fight with people on Twitter and keep, you know, posting that stuff, it's just like, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Tanny, I'm so happy you got it off your chest too. I'm so happy. And it's nice that you did it in like, you just said one thing, you gave him a hug. You know, because I think going up to someone in public and being like, your game sucked, you're stupid or something, that's not the way to do it. It didn't seem like you did that. So there you go. I mean, it was difficult to watch Big D. I don't think he understands. I think he's like, I'm so sick of being called a misogynist. Well, usually only misogynists say they're sick of being called misogynist. So just don't be a misogynist. God, everyone's got stories. What's Regal saying? Something about, something harassment. I don't know. I wanted to pull up on him, but realized that's the thing. Derek Fraser is another human being. Yes. And as much as it's like annoying that I think sometimes he just wants to rewrite history and think that he had the best game ever, that's just how he's going to be. But there's no reason to like say anything to him in person. So the feeds are still down. I was hoping we could just chit chat until they come back up, but it's already 10:30. So I am going to log off for the night. You guys are all beautiful, lovely pumpkin spice babies. You're friendly critters, and I appreciate you all. And I'll be back with a spoiler video very soon. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys had fun. Leave a comment after this video post. It helps me in the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for continuing to subscribe and like my videos. I mean, we're growing. That's amazing. Don't forget to follow me on the TikTok. I'm having fun over there. I love hearing from you guys. I feel like I have a whole bunch of friends that I can just chat about the BB with, our weird, sick obsession. Take care of yourself. Remember, my Grandpa Wally's favorite saying was always, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Good night, everyone. If you like what you see.